Finally, the sequel has arrived to one of the best Warhammer 1 faction reworks the game has ever seen. So, how does this 3.0 version of the Empire play and compare to the last attempt? Let's take a look and find out. So first up, the elect account system. This entire system has been reworked while still keeping the bones. We still have prestige and imperial authority, but there's a big change to the latter. It's now a bar with negatives and positives, but it's a lot more rewarding and a little less punishing. The buffs and debuffs are just growth, control, and income, and elect account state troop replenishment rate, so they're really simple to make use of. To fill the bar, you have to make sure that as much of the Empire is under Empire control as possible, and that means any Empire faction, not just you. You'll need to secure your borders and coordinate with your fellow counts to stay in control, as well as ward off invaders to make sure that you stay in the green. And of course, you can summon the elect counts, and this teleports all elect counts who aren't otherwise occupied to Cal's location, basically allowing you to call on your Empire Avengers for a big chunk of prestige every 35 turns. The electoral machinations have also seen a huge change. This is now a set of actions similar to the changing of the ways from Siege. You can still use the old relationship manipulation, but it's now under the diplomatic tab instead of being the whole mechanic. These new actions are called Emperor's Decrees, and there are 9 to choose from. Call to Arms, which buffs recruitment, Commendation, which grants a big chunk of XP, Open the Gates, which increases the province population surplus by 1, Inquisition, which reduces all corruption in a region, Conscription, which rushes army recruitment, Send Aid, which spawns a temporary army in allied territory to provide aid and increase fealty. Requisition replenishes the elect count state troops recruitment pool, Casus Belli allows you to declare war on another elect count faction without losing fealty with the others, and Unify confederates a targeted elect count faction if they are at max fealty, but reduces the fealty of all the others. All of these new actions cost increasing amounts of prestige, giving you more options on how to spend it. This system is also just a lot more interactive than before. Now you have a clear goal of maintaining the Empire rather than just giving the elect counts their settlements back, the Festus or the Beastmen or whoever obviously take back from them. I mean, you're still going to be doing that, but you're going to be more evenly rewarded and less harshly punished for them being wiped out when it's not really your fault. On top of this, all of the new actions give you a bunch more stuff to spend prestige on, which in the end game, you generally have a ton of it, and the new way to confederate makes much more sense than them just roundly saying, yes, I would like to be your friend. What? No? Okay, I'll wait 10 turns. And one final thing to note about this is that only Cal has the elect count system now. Balthazar has a system of all of his own. But just before we get to that, we have the most exciting change to Cal yet. He now starts with Helmguard, so you don't have to siege it for like 5 turns, and instead can just get on with your campaign faster. Moving over to the Supreme One, Balthazar Gelt himself, he has left home of the Empire and now starts all the way in Cathay, outside of the Temple of Elemental Winds. With this new starting location, he has some new story events with nearby Cathay Legendary Lords to help you settle into your new home. Alongside this move, as I mentioned, he also drops the elect count system in exchange for the Colleges of Magic mechanic. This mechanic comes with the new Arcane Essays currency, which are generated from certain buildings, as well as using wizards in battle. I just have this mental image of a bunch of wizards sat on a picnic table very peacefully, writing notes as the battle rages on all around them. These arcane essays are then spent on a number of actions in the Colleges of Magic menu. The first and most obvious action is to recruit new wizards from each of the 8 Lords of Magic, and the Empire now has access to gold wizards of metal, rounding out their collection. Each lore also has a couple of unique options. There are cheap, repeatable choices like buffs to units and armies, cash injections, and more. You can also temporarily unlock Cataclysm spells for your armor, allowing you to unleash magic never before seen outside of the realms of chaos onto your enemies. Then at the bottom there are permanent unlocks, and these are items and cost reductions for that lore spells. The only one that's slightly different is metal, aka Balth's Lore. From here, he can permanently unlock the Cataclysm spell Gehenna's Golden Globe, which is pretty wacky. This mechanic looks really complicated, but it's actually just a more engaging way to unlock new spellcasters and make the most of their abilities. And when you're playing as the Supreme Patriarch, you'd expect nothing less. One last thing about Balth, and this is, it's really hard for me to get this out. He no longer has massive buffs to artillery damage. Welcome to Astalia, gentlemen. I'm afraid it's over. And he also isn't anywhere near Astalia anymore, so, I digress. But with that, that is everything that has changed in the Empire rework. Let me know what you think of these changes in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and if you want more Thrones of Decay content, then check out this guide all about the Nurgle rework.